ஏத்தக்கலங்கள் எதிர்பொங்கி மீதளிப்ப மாத்தாதே பாழ்சொரியும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் அத்தப்படைத்தான் மகனே அறிவுராய் ஊத்தமுடையாய் பெரியாய் உலகினில் தோத்தமாய் நின்ன சுடரே துயிலடாய் மாத்தார் உனக்கு வலிதுளைந்த உன்வாசல் கண் ஆத்தாது வந்து உன்னடி பணியுமா போலே போற்றியாம் வந்தோம் புகழ்ந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். In the 21st verse of Thiruppavai, Andal gives us the knowledge of developing the nurturing mindset for work by quelling the enemies within us. There are many enemies within us like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. There are also enemies like lethargy, darkness, ignorance, which we need to get over. How do we get over these enemies inside us and develop a nurturing mindset? This is done by developing the OCB, Organizational Citizenship Behaviour, within us. Here Andal gives a metaphor of a cow giving milk. The vessels are large. It can take in large quantity, but the cow sustains the delivery of milk, and even the vessels are not enough to collect that milk. This is called going beyond our job description and then contributing to an organization, contributing to the family. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 3rd chapter, 20th and 21st verses, beautifully gives कर्मणैव हि संसिद्धिं आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसंग्रहमेवापि संपश्यं कर्तुमर्हसि. He gives the example of Janaka Maharaja, who did every activity with a single-minded focus of citizenship behavior. He contributed to the society. Every action had to have a meaning to the people who were around him. That was called Loka Sangraha. If I take a particular decision, how does it affect a person who is along with me? Would it do him good? Would it bring difficulty to him? If it is going to bring difficulty to him, I am not going to take this particular decision. कर्मणैव संसिद्धिं आस्थिता जनकादयः लोकसंग्रहमेवापि संपश्यन् कर्तुमर्हसि. And a person who works like this, people follow him with idealized influence. The 21st verse of the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita says, yadyat acharati shreshtaha tattadeva itaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokaha tat anuvartate. Yadyad acharati shreshtaha, a person who is exhibiting an idealized influence, who is taken as an idol by the society, would be observed and people follow his path. A path less taken is followed by people who are early adapters. So here Andal, by saying Ettakkalangal எதிர்பொங்கி மீதளிப்ப மாத்தாதே பால்சொரியும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள், she talks about organizational citizenship behavior. When she talks about the vessel, she talks about succession planning. Whom do we give the knowledge? How do we give the knowledge? When do we give the knowledge? And when we give the knowledge, we have to give it to the right person. மாத்தாதே பால்சொரியும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள் எதிர்பொங்கி மீதளிப்ப ஏத்தக்கலங்கள் எதிர்பொங்கி மீதளிப்ப. When she says ஏத்தக்கலங்கள், the vessels which are capable of taking the milk. மாத்தாதே பால்சொரியும் வள்ளல் பெரும் பசுக்கள். Here a man who has got organizational citizenship behavior would not stop passing on the knowledge what he has gained. he is going to develop a knowledge capital. He is going to develop a knowledge society. He is going to develop a society which is enriched and which can contribute to the entire world. He is going to develop a society which is going to bring delight to people who are around. We can make the place where we live as a heaven. We can also make the place where we live as hell. The difference between heaven and hell is education. When we educate and get educated, at that point in time we create a heaven. Otherwise, there is darkness all around. There is ignorance all around. We need to remove that particular ignorance. At that point in time, we become wealthy from inside. Attappadaithan mahane arivurai. Wealth in the past was determined by the number of cows and cattle a person had. So a person is wealthy when he contributes, when he learns, and when he grows. Uttamudayai periyai. When this happens, he develops humility. Along with humility, he grows in wisdom. He develops the power to perform the work, and he also develops the strength so that he can sustain for further learning. Periyai. Ulahinil tottamai ninna. At that point in time, he reaches a stage of esteem need. In the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he passes the physiological needs. He passes the safety needs. He is recognized by people in the social need, and also he reaches the esteem needs. Ninna, he sustains and then shines bright so that the Lord is pleased by his creation. Shudare tuiladai. Here, once we start developing, contributing, and also having people who are learned around us, we remove the ignorance, we remove improper communication within us, we remove all the enemies within us, and then we develop a mindset of nurturing work. Andal beautifully brings out that this is a penance, and this penance has to be done so that the society at large can be benefited. Namaskaram.